Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Kat, and we are on day 2 of a week of Oden'S Eye. So for today, we're going to be taking a look at one of the new little itty bitty palettes from the Nord collection, and this one is the Skuld Mini eyeshadow palette. This is what it looks like. I figured I would challenge myself today because I have no idea what I'm going to do with just a purely metallics and shimmers palette. So this is going to be interesting. And then for the accompanying highlighter, we have from the Nord's collection the Veil of Future. Looks like this. You get a really pretty marbled effect on there. So that's going to be a fun one. I am going to go ahead and slap that on my cheeks here real quick before we get started. And then we will swatch and then get into the eye look. So I'm noticing right off the bat that it is more subtle of a highlight. And this is with me really stabbing it with my dense brush. I am curious as to how pigmented we can make it with our fingers. I'm gonna go ahead and do that real quick. It is definitely more of a goldish highlighter. So that is, I was expecting like for some reason there to be like more pink in it, but this guy is definitely just a nice light kind of goldish glow, so that's really pretty. But if you are someone that wants a highlight that is like the Kaleidos highlights where they are like a boom, this is not the one for you. But if you are just wanting a real nice subtle kind of glow, this is the correct one to be grabbing. All right, so we're gonna swatch this bad boy first, and then we're gonna get into the eye look. I have no idea how this is gonna go. All right, first up is the shade Brilliant, which is a nice orange. Ooh, interesting. So kind of orange to gold shift with the glitter, but there are some blue speckles in there as well, which is very, very interesting. Then we have Fantasy, which is a very beautiful blue shimmer. Also has a bit of a gold shift with it, so these two together would be very pretty. Then for that split shade in the middle, the first one up is Hope, which is a lighter yellow. Also has some bluish shimmer in there. I'm not sure if you guys are able to see that on there, but there's a little bit of some blue speckle in there with that. Then the other half of that dual shade is going to be Utopia, which is a nice pink shade. Very pretty. I'm not gonna lie, I was real worried with these two at the end here because they looked at first like they were going to be pressed glitters, and so I was very, very worried. I can 100% assure you they are not pressed glitters. They are just true metallics. So the first one is Futurism, which is a very nice green shade, also with a bit of some blue speckle. So it seems like there's an undercurrent of blue speckle in all of these. Well, that's very pretty. And then we have Dream, which looks to be the deepest shade in the palette, and that is this beautiful ocean blue. And it's lovely, it has a little bit of some purple specks in there. So this is what we are working with, and I have no idea what I'm gonna do. I could do a rainbow. You know what, we're just gonna start slapping some color on. I have already primed my eyes. All right, why don't we do, in the front half of the eye, we're going to have the yellow, orange, and pink shades, and then the back half will have the blue, green, and dark bluish purple. So I think we'll start with that yellow shade first. You know, for it just being a pale yellow sparkle, it's decently pigmented. All right, next is going to be that orange shade. No lie, that is layering beautifully. Alright, then we're going to go into that pink Utopia shade. next is going to be that green shade. And I do think that the pink one was a little bit more difficult to build up the opacity on, but I think that's only because that one was meant to be a bit more sheer, like a topper, whereas the other shades were more opaque. And so I think that's the only reason why it took a little more building up, but still ended up turning out real nice. Definitely looking like a rainbow. Okay, and now we're gonna get into the blue. And so we're gonna use that deeper blue shade. And then I think for the under eye, we're gonna go into this fun blue shade. So we're still gonna end up using everything. We are going to go ahead and do the under eye. And then the last step is going to be the inner corner, and I think we're actually going to go back into the highlighter for that one. Oh yeah, that actually worked pretty well. All right. And since that blue had a little bit of gold in it, we've got the gold on the top as the first shade. I think that actually fits with this really, really well. I don't usually do full-on rainbow looks like this, but I think it looks really, really pretty. So I am going to tightline my eyes and throw on some mascara real quick, and then we will be back with the final look. Okay, and we are back with the final look, so I'm gonna come in close to show you guys. So here's the whole thing. And I just tightlined with a nice powdery blue. And I think that it actually turned out really, really cool. I like all of the shades. I think that they work really, really well together. Blended really, really nicely, so no complaints on that at all. And I think it's a fun, kind of colorful look. I mean, if you're into pastels, this is definitely the way to go. I think that the Dream and the Futurism shades are dark enough to where you can still create a look with a nice amount of depth. We all know I love that, having some deeper tones in there. And I think that the highlighter was really, really pretty. Very nice subtle glow on the cheeks, and was a perfect little subtle dab into the inner corner. So I'm actually pleasantly surprised with how well this one turned out for just being all shimmery shades. And for it being all shimmery shades, also very surprising the lack of fallout. There was just like the tiniest amount with the yellow and orange shades that they just had like a little bit of a dusting of some fallout, but easily brushed away. And given the gold nature of the highlight that I had on, you wouldn't even really notice. And none of the blues, none of the green, there was no fallout from any of those shades. They cleaned up really, really nicely in the areas where I went a little heavy-handed. And so yeah, I think this one's really, really nice. I actually really like this. And so yeah, I'm excited to see where the rest of the collection goes. But so far the Nord collection is pretty cool. But let me know down in the comments what you guys thought of this. If you're into rainbow looks and you thought this looked good or not, give me a thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you did not. Let me know either way. And yeah, this was day 2, and oh man, I am super excited for the rest of the week. This is just so much fun. Oden'S eye is so great, and I'm so glad you guys picked it. And all right, let's get ready for day 3.